Welcome back, guys. This is the King of Weebs here, and this is what if Naruto was the Ten Tails Jinchuriki, and this is part one. So I'm only starting this series because a lot of people have been asking it and asking for it, and also another reason is because we have finished one of my favorite series, and I want to continue with new ones. Since I did drop a few one like the Kushina What If, yes, I have dropped it because I don't feel like it's loved as much as the current series, like the Betrayed one, which I will be continuing soon. And well, I mean, not the Betrayed one. I mean, the What If Naruto Got Banished, which I will be continuing soon. The Betrayed one just finished. The Uchiha one will continue. Also, the Itachi one and the Obito one will continue. And also, What If I Was in Naruto will continue, but that will be like every 2-3 weeks because it's not as really, it's not a top priority. What if, because it's just about me, and I'm sure that Naruto has much more fame than me, and it's not even about fame. It's just that I don't. I enjoy making different types of what if than trying to make myself the main character of Naruto. I mean, it's called Naruto for a reason. Anyway, let's stop blabbing on and let's get right into it. Here, what really happens is that I'll say that uh, old Kushina was actually the no wait. Sorry, I got that one wrong. I have the wrong script open. 1 second. Sorry, guys, I had the wrong script open. Really unprofessional from me. Anyway, uh, here the story begins with Kushina actually being the Ten Tails Jinchuriki, and currently I want to implement a new thing in my what ifs because I I would rather have a lot of you guys help me with what ifs, like what you guys would like. For example, the background story usually I do on my own, but here it was kind of hard to think of a history on how the Ten Tails could have still remained as the Ten Tails and not the Nine Tails. Uh, well, if Hogoromo, I could just make it if Hogoromo split the Ten Tails into Nine Tail Beasts, but I'm not sure if you guys would like it. But for now, we'll go with it. I could revamp this on another date. Maybe like the Obito wife, it was a wife Naruto joined Akatsuki. It's a revamp of that. I will start revamping different what ifs because they weren't done as well as they should have been done. Anyway, let's get right into the story. Here, the story begins as per normal. Minato getting annihilated by the Ten Tails with one of his fingers, and this time Minato actually still uses the Reaper Death Seal to split the Juubi in half, but even with only half the Juubi, it's more than enough for Kaguya to be revived. So Zetsu really doesn't. It doesn't really affect Zetsu's plan right now, currently. So it'll just mean that Kaguya will be a bit weaker, but it is what it is. So Naruto gets half the Juubi, and he gets the yin side. Yeah, he gets the yin side, and Minato gets the yang side. So yin and yang, so technically Naruto has the more affectionate one, even though the Ten Tails really doesn't have two sides of itself, but I'll say it does. And yeah, so a few we skip 4 years after Minato's and Kushina's death. Minato actually died as the Ten Tails Jinchuriki. You know how when you become the Ten Tails Jinchuriki, you become pale. You know that skin tone. Yeah, that's how Minato died, and the heroism was confused, but then he must have realized that Minato used the Reaper Death Seal because him and Naruto looked exactly the same after Naruto was born, and he saw how Minato looked as a normal person. So he's like, interesting. So if is Minato's son, he's a human, but why does he look like that? And Minato died looking like that. So and Kushina looked like that when she had the Ten Tails. So he added 1 + 1 = 2. So he came to the conclusion that Minato must use the Reaper Death Seal to split in half the Ten Tails and actually become the Ten Tails Jinchuriki with his son. Anyways, 4 years pass. Naruto's living on his own. He's a 4-year-old, and something that I haven't mentioned is that Shisui Uchiha has a sister. As you guys already know, I am implementing ideas you guys gave me because I'm making content for you guys, not for myself. So it is better for me to implement things that you guys would like, as long as it makes sense in the story. I'm fine with it. Anyway, Tsuki is actually a character that I have made up for my what ifs, and I usually make her Sasuke's twin sister because as most of us know, twins don't have to be identical. They can be two different genders and two different looking people. So yeah, Tsuki was Sasuke's twin sister, but this time it's actually Shisui's little sister. We never really got any information about Shisui's parents or anything. If Shisui even had a sibling or not, he might have. For all we know, he could have had 10, but they might have got killed. They might have been old enough to know about the coup d'etat and got killed. But no, Tsuki will not get killed. Tsuki did actually meet Itachi, and she actually admired both her brother and Itachi, but she was one of those kids that she had quite a bit of friends, so she used to hang out a lot outside. Well, not as me, not like me when I hang out till at 8 p.m. No, more like a normal person. So anyway, she hangs out with her friends, and one day a random kid who people hate, Naruto. She doesn't know this kid, but he's never been in this neighborhood. But Naruto is moving out from a foster care to his own little place because everyone hates him in the foster care, and further realized that people do not like him, so he should live on his own. But that was really stupid, even for a wise man like Hiruzen. That was stupid as hell. Even I wouldn't be doing that. But let's not get too into that. Naruto now starts living on his own. So he moves to a new neighborhood. He doesn't really know the place, but he sees a park and he really wants to go play in it. Try to make friends, because for now Naruto is more like a normal person. He didn't really experience the outside world yet, because he was always kept in a room in the orphanage. But whenever you go out the room to eat or go have a bath, all the kids used to bully him. They used to talk about how he looked and that he looked like a demon. And just saying, because the Ten Tails is so much bigger than the Nine Tails, it must have caused way more damage than the Nine Tails did. So a lot more people died. And yeah, so in the Nine Tails attack, we could say that half of Konoha got destroyed. But here I'll say that where Kushina was giving birth to Naruto was a bit more to the outskirts of the village this time. So only just an eighth more of the village. So I don't know how to explain it. Half and an eighth. So yeah, that much of the village got destroyed. But it's not too much. But still, a lot more people died because of the shockwaves. Remember, the Ten Tails screams can kill people, especially kids, because they cannot handle this kind of power. Yes, anyway, anyways, and just saying, guys, PS, just a little note, I am trying to improve my storytelling, so I hope you all are enjoying it. I'm going to start trying to blab on for less time than I usually do. Anyways, let's get into it. Naruto walks around the park and he sees a swing where a girl is swinging and her friends are talking while one of the swings was free. Naruto, remember, here Naruto can actually float, but at the same time he could walk. It doesn't mean he cannot walk. It's not shown that the Ten Tails Jinchuriki cannot walk and he has to float all the time. So he can float and walk, but Naruto here, he doesn't have like the clothes of the Jinchuriki. His scaly skin and his eyes. Well, he does have the Rinnegan, but here Naruto can actually turn it on and off, just like a Sharingan. Because I've never really liked. I'm not saying the Rinnegan doesn't look good, but I've never really liked the design. Well, I wouldn't mind it if you could turn it off and on. For example, like a Sharingan. That would be really cool, and I really want that to happen. So yeah, it's gonna happen. I'm sorry, guys, if you guys don't really like the idea of that, but it is what it is. Anyways, Naruto has his Rinnegan off most of the times because he really doesn't know about his. He did activate it a few times out of frustration and sadness, but he never really used it. He doesn't know any abilities of it. He will learn them soon enough, but yeah. Naruto is actually going to the park for the first ever time in his life, and he wants to make friends because he thinks that from what he knows is that people hate him in the orphanage. It doesn't mean people outside hate him, but he has been getting looks. But he just thought, oh, maybe everyone has that when they move to a new neighborhood. Remember, this is a 4-year-old Naruto. He's a bit naive, but at the same time, he has the wisdom of a sage because of the 10 tails is knowledge. Sorry, guys, I saw something funny. Anyway, Naruto walks towards the swing, and actually says, "Can I use this swing?" Tsuki says, "Yeah, sure, why not?" And the rest of our friends are like, "No, you can't." And Naruto's like, "But it's free. You guys are not using it." And he looks down, because he was kind of sad. And Tsuki's like, "Why are you guys treating him so badly? He did nothing." And then Tsuki, look at him. He's that demon. And Tsuki's like, "What's so bad about him? It's just his skin color." And they're like, "No, it's the demon. Don't talk to him, Tsuki." Anyways, we're gonna use the swing. Get out of here. And basically, Naruto was like, "Oh, okay." And he went off, and he was getting hungry. The third Hokage did give him some money to eat, so he was gonna go to a random shop, and it wasn't Ichiraku Ramen. It was actually a different shop, which he starts going to Ichiraku Ramen later on in the story because that's the only shop that actually accepts him. Yeah, so he goes to a random shop where he can get some food, any kind of food. I don't know what ninjas eat except for ramen anyway. So yeah, he goes to get some food, and he goes in, and the second later, people start coming out of the shop and telling others that don't go in there. That demon kid has been in there, and everyone's like, hey, they're spreading the rumor to not go in that shop because they allowed him in. And basically the owners are like, "You get out, you demon. Why are you here? Go kill yourself. All this taking out customers. Because of you, they're leaving. Can you not see? You're not welcomed. Get out of here. Die in a ditch." And he kicks him out. Literally opens the door and kicks Naruto out. Literally kicks. If you guys don't understand, he literally fully kicks Naruto like a football or an American football, whatever. So Naruto goes flying, and he's hurt, not only physically but mentally, and his feelings are hurt because he did nothing. He literally walked into a shop to get some food. He was gonna pay, and he received that kind of treatment. And Naruto really felt left out because once he started looking around, everyone's looking at him like he did something bad, like he just killed someone, just murdered someone mercilessly, like like killing an animal. And Naruto's like, why is everyone looking at me like this? And he started crying, and Tsuki's friends were actually walking around that lower area because why not? And even Sasuke was walking around that area, and Naruto was crying and asking, why is everyone looking at him like this? He did nothing, he just wanted to eat. And one guy's like, "Get out of here, demon," and basically picked up a little stone and threw it at him. Threw it actually at Naruto's eye, and Naruto got really hurt there, and he ran away crying. And this is where Naruto is really sad. And yeah, so when Naruto actually got home, he just locked the door locked himself in his room. And the third Hokage actually did hear about this. Naruto's first time going out, this happened to him. And the third couldn't really blame Naruto or the villagers, because the thing inside Naruto really is the reason why, and he can't really do anything about it. He can't literally just extract the tentacles away, and he's sad for Naruto and kind of disappointed at the village, because they know that Naruto did nothing. He's just a host, so he doesn't understand why they hate him, but at the same time he kind of gets it, because they're scared that the kid might just go into a rampage, or he might just let out the tentacles, and they're scared. But he can't really blame Naruto. He mostly blames on the villagers, but he's the Hokage. He can't just start hating the villagers over one person, and he has to be fair. And if the majority is like, oh no, we don't like him, let's not treat him well, he can't really do anything, because he can't just change someone's mind. And if he's like, oh, you all have to like him, it's just him being a dictator, and not many people like that. So anyway, and the Hokage is not like a dictator. The Hokage is there to protect the village and do his best, or her best, to improve the village. Anyway, Naruto then is hungry, but he has nothing at home because he just moved in. Only his furniture is there, and he goes out again. And this time he tries to go into a different shop. It was in Ichiraku, and he received the same treatment. Just that this time, the shop owner actually had a knife and stabbed him in the shoulder, and Naruto was really hurt. He let out a scream of pain, and this was just an hour later, just saying. And he basically, the shop owner pulled down and says, "Get out of here, demon!" and basically kicked him in the gut, and then just threw him out while Naruto was still in pain. But of course, Naruto's wound healed immediately, like literally instantly, after him getting kicked out. And but still, a ton of blood did gush out at the same time, and there was literally a puddle of blood. And Tsuki wasn't with her friends this time. She was just going to get some groceries for the house, and she sees the scene when Naruto just got stabbed. Well, not really. She didn't see him getting stabbed, but she did see the wound, and then he just healed. She was confused on how he healed so fast and how Naruto healed it, but she was really like, why are they treating like him like this? He didn't do anything, did he? And she's clueless. She doesn't really know anything about the Tentacles attack, even though she was born. Well, she wasn't born yet. She was born a month after Naruto, so November 10th. So yeah, she didn't know, but still, it wasn't Naruto's fault. He did nothing. As I said, as most of the villagers know, but they just want someone to blame for the fourth Hokage's death, and for the death of thousands of people, hundreds of people. But anyway, Naruto's really sad by this, and he tries to go to a different shop after shop. He gets kicked out. He doesn't really get stabbed this time, he just gets kicked real hard each time. And yeah, so until he came to a ramen shop, and he was really scared. He's like, "Can I come in? Please don't hurt me. If you don't want me, I'll leave." And basically, Ichiraku's like, "Hey kid, just come in. There's no need to worry. I don't hate you." And Ichiraku really didn't care about Naruto being the Tentacles Jinchuriki. Like, there is a theory going around that Ichiraku was actually one of Minato's teammates. And just saying, Naruto's hair is not white or anything. It's actually yellow. It's just his skin color. He still has blue eyes, yellow hair, well, he doesn't have whiskers, but still, he looks a bit more like Minato here, just with white white skin. Anyways, Naruto walks in, and basically Ichiraku Ramen's like, "Kid, I've heard some things about you. You were getting kicked out of stores, weren't you?" And Naruto looks down in a sad, has a sad look in his eyes, and he's like, "Yeah, but at least you didn't kick me out, right?" And Ichiraku's like, "Yeah, sure, anyway, what do you want?" And Naruto's like, "Oh, can I have ramen?" And basically, yeah, he falls in love with it, and he's like, "Thank you," and he goes off. and when he was running home, people were looking at him, and Naruto really didn't like it. And Naruto was getting really heartbroken by this. He wasn't mentally fit anyway, because of the he has to fight. He has to. Well, he had to. That's what I meant. He had to control his sadness, his anger, his depression. Yes, Naruto is depressed here, from the orphanage, and now this just made it worse. And this goes on for another 4 year. Well, 4 years, and 3 years. And Naruto's now 7, and he was being treated like this for years upon years. He can't even go to get groceries. He has to ask the Hokage to buy it for him, and the Hokage does, but the Hokage can't do it all the time. So anytime he does, in a week the Hokage only does it like 3 times, and when he does need it again, like in the next week when the Hokage is not free. Remember, this is not a time of peace; it's a time of war, and Naruto just gets kicked. Basically thrown around like a ragdoll, and Suki has been witnessing this for 3 years straight, and she's really starting to hate a lot of the villagers and a lot of people in the village for treating Naruto like this. And she actually asks her older brother if he hates Naruto, and she says that, "Hey Tsuki, I don't hate anyone in the village. Even if people say he did something bad, I don't believe it. And yeah, I don't really hate him, so he's not too bad for me." And Tsuki's like, "Yeah, that's what I thought, but people just treat him in a bad way." And then she's like, does Itachi hate him?" And then basically Shisui is like, "No, Itachi would never hate him. He's not that kind of person. Itachi really doesn't hate him. He's a pacifist, just like Shisui. They don't like war, and yeah, they don't like war, but they're strong as hell." And yeah, so Shisui and Itachi really don't mind Naruto, but they can't really do anything about the villagers hating him. Anyways, Naruto, by this time he has actually been, he's known for trying to commit suicide. He has been trying for years now. He's stabbed himself in the neck, nearly dying but was healing. Stabbed himself in the stomach multiple times, in the arm, trying to slice off his neck. It never works. His skin gets so strong whenever he tries to literally just cut his head off. Never works. Also tries to burn himself, but fire really doesn't do anything to him unless it's engulfed with sage mode, sage chakra and nature energy basically, and nothing works on him. People beat him, he still gets hurt, because taijutsu works, and just punching and kicking is technically taijutsu anyway, even though it's not really any technique. There's no technique, it's like in games when you're just spamming buttons. So anyway, yeah, so Naruto is abused quite a bit, and his mental state is broken. And the Tentacles has been seeing this. I am gonna give the Tentacles a personality, just like Kurama. Remember, Naruto got the Yang side, so the more arrogant, hateful side, while the Minato actually got the more lazy, outgoing, and just I can't be asked mood, Kurama. And here Naruto got that lazy, I can't be asked mood, Tentacles. And the Tentacles has been seeing Naruto, and he has felt sad for Naruto, because Naruto really did nothing. He did absolutely shiza, and look what's happening to him. He did nothing at all. He's just been breathing. If he breathes, he gets hate for it. So he's really feeling sad for Naruto, because this is all his fault. And he did try to contact Naruto, but Naruto's mindset is just so broken. Not even the Tentacles can go through him. And the only way Naruto can, the Tentacles can actually communicate with Naruto is that if Naruto is somehow able to come to his mind. And of course this will happen eventually, but for now it doesn't. And yeah, so a year passes and the academy starts. Naruto actually really doesn't care, and the only reason he wants to become a ninja is because he wants to leave this village, and he doesn't want to be weak. He wants to be strong and leave this village. So wherever he goes, if people disrespect him, don't like him, or try to attack him, like this village, like the villagers, it's not that he wants to leave the village, it's that he wants to be stronger so the villagers can't hurt him anymore. But if he comes up to it, if he had to leave and he knows that he'll be hated in other villages as well, he wants to protect himself. He doesn't know what other villagers could be hiding. But for now, he just wants to protect himself from the villagers. He loves the village, but not the villagers. Some villagers don't really hate him, but from the things that he's seen in his life, it just seems that everyone hates him. Like, he's not fit to be in this world. He's a being that should be extracted, deleted, erased from the face of the universe. And he's like, there's no point of living, but I might as well try if I can't kill myself. And he only wants to do this because he doesn't want anyone else to kill him. If it isn't in a good way, well, in let's say in a worthy way, because the only worthy way he seems fit to be killed is with a good fight or him killing himself. Even though that doesn't really make sense, but it is what it is. This is Naruto's mindset. And the first day, all seats are occupied except for one. It was next to the window. Well, a girl was sitting next to the window, and the seat next to her was actually free. And he actually goes sits next to her, and he's like, "I'm sorry, I know you don't want me to sit next to you, but there are no other seats, and there's nothing else I can do about it." And Tsuki smiles back at him, and this kind of threw Naruto off his game, and he's like, "Wait, what? Why'd you smile? No, you what?" And just saying, Tsuki's parents were killed by now. She was actually being raised by her brother while he was doing missions, and her Shisui will die in a week. And yeah, so she smiles back. She smiles at Naruto and says, "It's fine. It's not that I hate you. I mean, I don't really find you annoying or anything. I'm not scared of you. In fact, let's be friends, Naruto." And she already knows his name because she's been kind of spying on him because she feels sad for him. It's not even pity, it's just her being herself. She's like the Naruto, the true Naruto. She's a bit goofy, she's more sympathetic and everything. She gives sympathy, not pity. She actually feels for other people. And she's like, "Let's be friends." And Naruto's like, "I don't think I should be friends with you." And Tsuki's like, "Do you think I'm not worthy to be your friend?" And Naruto's like, "No. Anyone who wants to be my friend, I don't even know what kind of people they are, but I'm grateful, but I don't want people hating on me because of me." And Tsuki's like, "I don't care what other people think. There's no need to worry about that. I don't give a damn about what they think. They can be themselves, I'll be myself. There's no need to worry, Naruto. We can be friends." And this, everyone pretty much heard that. Even the teacher, who wasn't Iruka yet. And she's like, "Damn kids. They don't understand who he is." And this kind of changed Shikamaru and Choji even before they asked their parents, and they're like, "You know what? Why should we follow what the others think?" And Choji's like, "Yeah, let's be friends with Naruto." And basically, on the same day, Naruto got 2 new friends, and he was really ecstatic over this. He was pretty ecstatic over this because he made 3 new friends on the first day of school, and it took him only 4 years after moving out from the Hokage's place, and it took him only 4 years to make 3 friends, but he'll take any friends that he can since he doesn't have any. And the next year goes pretty smoothly. Even Iruka joins, and Naruto's still hated on, but his mindset is kind of getting better, which is actually making the Tentos like, finally, this kid, he's getting better, isn't he? And yeah, so over time, Naruto is his mental state is getting better. He's not trying to kill himself every day, even though it's useless. And he has 3 new friends. Well, 4 now because just saying, Tsuki actually replaces Sakura in this. I'm joking. Sakura is needed. Anyway, Here, Tsuki replaces Kiba, and anyways, so Naruto makes two new friends. Well, not two, only one new friend, which is actually Shino. Everyone else still hates him. Well, Ino is actually kind of getting over the hatred over Naruto. She doesn't really care, and She kind of talks to Naruto without getting scared or anything, and without hating on him. He can feel other people's hatred. Just saying, even Sasuke hates him for some weird reason, and because he just doesn't want to not fear him. And a week passes, and Tsuki's brother is killed. Tsuki's really sad about this. She has no one in her life now, and she didn't come to school for another 2 weeks, and this is when the Uchiha massacre actually happened. 2 weeks later, and this time Itachi was actually asked Danzo if he can spare his little brother and Shisu his little sister. Just saying, before before Itachi actually left, he actually told everything to Tsuki, which made Tsuki actually relieved that at least he didn't get killed. Well, he didn't die for no reason. He tried to protect her and the village from Danzo, and she knows that Danzo's a bad person. So her goal in life now is to get revenge on Danzo and to protect the beloved village that her brother spent his life. He devoted his life to protect. Anyway, Tsuki actually did unlock the Sharingan. Well, temporarily she unlocked the Mangekyo, but then he just went back to a 2-Tomoe Sharingan, and Itachi's pretty impressed, and he's like, Tsuki, I trust that you will become one of the strongest shinobis ever, okay? And remember, never forget the legacy your older brother left. And Tsuki's like, yes. And then Itachi's like, anyway, my time's up. I've got to leave. And also, please, try to keep an eye on my younger brother if you can. And Tsuki's like, I don't think I can. And Itachi's like, why? And then she's like, well, I don't really have many friends anymore. And Itachi's like, but why? You were one of the most popular kids back in the days. And well, a few years ago. And then Tsuki's like, well, I did make friends with Naruto and a few others, and they don't really like our little friend group, but I don't care because I like Naruto. And Itachi's like, well, good luck with that. And he says goodbye, and Tsuki's like, okay, bye. And she's kind of depressed because her whole clan got massacred. And Tsuki then did have to move out of her home because she has no parents now. She was going to, the Hokage was contemplating between putting her in foster care, but then what happened is that Naruto actually heard of everything that happened to Tsuki from a source. I'm joking. Because Naruto knows pretty much everything that happened in the village, especially because he can feel everyone's chakra. And a ton of chakra just disappeared, and he realized they were the Uchiha because Sasuke has gone from a happy-go-lucky kid. Yes, he was kind of happy-go-lucky to now depressed and everything. And Tsuki hasn't been to school for a while, and he thinks that a relative must have died. And plus, he did read, Sasuke's new hatred. No, it wasn't even over him to his brother because he felt that, well, he read Sasuke's hatred and feelings, and then I'll avenge my clan, and he realized what happened. And he walks into the Hokage's office because he could feel the emotions with Tsuki. She's like, wait, foster care. And she was like, she was a bit sad that she had to get adopted by a family. But then Naruto walks in and says, why should she go to foster care? It's not worth it. It's not a good place. And just saying, they're 9 now. And Naruto knows how foster care is. It's not a nice place there, according to him. And I'm not saying it's not. It might be nice, but from his experience, is that no, it's not. I don't want her to go there. There's no need. She can even live in the same apartment as me. I don't care. Just not in foster care. It's not worth it. Tsuki, please listen to me. And basically, Tsuki's like, if Naruto says it's not worth it, okay then. I don't mind living with him, but I guess I'll have to share rent, right? And Naruto's, and the Hokage is that, I mean, I guess I could save some money, but letting two kids live alone, is that really worth it? Oh well, if I let one live alone, why not two? So he's like, alright, cool, whatever. So Tsuki, you're okay with it, right? And Tsuki's like, yeah, of course, because Tsuki really likes Naruto anyway, because of the ship is already starting. And Tsuki was okay with it from the beginning. She's like, yeah, of course, she's my friend. And yeah, so Tsuki now lives with Naruto, and they go to school together. And now we have a little time skip. Uh, Naruto is still the last in the class, even though he's been doing chakra control training with. Ooh, I got a knife. I'm joking. I got a bulk cap opener anyway. I have a coke right here. So anyway, Naruto, well, he's not the best. He's been training in chakra control, and he can do the clone jutsu, but it still comes out really bad, and he gets really lucky whenever he pulls one off. And then what Tsuki's like, hey Naruto, you're pretty good at stealth, right? And Naruto's like, yeah, I know how to hide my presence. And she's like, why don't you steal a scroll from the Hokage's office? And Naruto's like, are you sure about this? And just saying, Tsuki has been training hard over these 3 years that have passed, and well, now that they're not, wait, I think I got the script wrong. I said that they were 9, and then she got moved out. I meant when they were 8. I'm really sorry I got that mistake. Please forgive me. I know it's kind of confusing, but it's just a backstory. And they were 12, and Naruto actually decides to steal on his own, and he steals the scroll of sealing, which he learns a few techniques. He finds 3 of them. Well, he finds 3 of them that he wants to learn because he read about them real fast. He read the Flying Raijin, the Rasengan, and the Shadow Clone Jutsu. He writes them down, and Tsuki's with him as well. Tsuki writes a few down: the Majestic Destroyer Flame, the Water Dragon Jutsu, the Water Shockwave, the Lightning Release, the Lightning Stream, the Lightning Dragon, the Wind Gale Palm, the Wind Hurricane, and all sorts of techniques, and even combination techniques like the the Great Typhoon, which is both water and the wind, Fire Tornado, which is fire and wind. There are combination techniques with the lightning and water, and all sorts of techniques. And they wrote them down, and they put the scroll back without the Hokage noticing, and they went off. And yeah, so then Naruto actually learned the Shadow Clone Jutsu, same as Tsuki, and Tsuki took just a bit less time than Naruto. Naruto took a few hours, Tsuki took an hour, because she's a prodigy. Naruto is a prodigy. He kinda has the resources, but still, because of his extremely, really out of the world chakra control, Jesus, so bad. That's why he took a bit longer. But thanks to his chakra control training every morning with Tsuki, that's what really allowed him to learn it in a few hours. If not, it would have taken weeks to learn the Shadow Clone Jutsu. Anyway, now Naruto knows the Shadow Clone Jutsu, so they all passed the exam. And when Mitsuki actually did have a plan to make one of the failed students go steal a scroll, and Naruto felt this malicious intent, and he told Iruka Sensei, who Iruka really didn't mind Naruto at this point, because he likes Naruto, he's fine with him, and he really Iruka was going to offer treat Naruto, Tsuki, Shikamaru, and Choji to ramen, well, Ino as well, to ramen for passing, even Shino, because now they're friends as well. And Naruto tells Iruka, and Iruka's like, alright, I'll see to this. And Iruka tells the Hokage about this, and the Hokage's like, okay. And they get Mitsuki before the kid can even steal it. And basically, I'll say that Kakashi actually stops the kid and is like, hey kid, it's not worth it. He's lying to you. He's just trying to use you to take the scroll for himself and kill you off. And the kid got scared, and he's like, I'm sorry. And Kakashi's like, it's not your fault. We got Mitsuki anyway. Not Mizuki. I always get confused with that. Anyway, the next day arrives, and just saying, it's been quite a while since they took the ninjutsus, and Naruto has been learning the Rasengan and the Flying Raijin at the same time. Tsuki has been learning a few fire techniques. Well, the Great Fireball, the Great Fire. Uh, Majestic Destroyer Flame, and also the other techniques. She doesn't have all of them mastered, only the Fireball Jutsu because she already trained on it. The Great Fireball was easy, the Majestic Destroyer Flame, the Wind Gale Palm, also the Water Shockwave. Naruto knows the Water Shockwave, the Lightning Stream, also the the Wind Gill Palm, and a few other techniques, even the Water Dragon Jutsu. But the one that he's really intrigued in learning is the Flying Raijin. Same as Tsuki, they're taking quite a while. It's already been a few weeks since we stole the scroll, and they're nowhere near mastering it. Anyway, the teams have been announced the next day. The next day arrives, and the teams are being announced right now. All the teams are the same, just that this time, Sakura, well, I mean, no, sorry, Tsuki actually replaces Kiba in Team 8. Anyway, I know Tsuki was meant, well, it'd make more sense if Tsuki was in Team 7 with Sakura, well, with Sasuke and Naruto, but the third Hokage already knows that Tsuki has the free Tomoe Sharingan, and she knows how to use it just as good as Kakashi. Maybe not as good as Kakashi, because Kakashi has had it for a few years, but she is nearly at his level, especially because he takes less chakra from her because it's her own eye. And Naruto has been learning the techniques of the well, I'm joking, he hasn't. He only knows two of them, which is the Almighty Push and the Almighty Universal Pull, because he tried them in training once accidentally and was able to beat Tsuki thanks to it. And that was when he had his dojutsu activated. And the third Hokage didn't know about this dojutsu because Naruto only had it activated on his own, and he asked about. And the third Hokage did have a few scrolls with some history in it about the Sage of Six Paths possessing this dojutsu called the Rinnegan. And he's like, wow, Naruto, impressive, really, really impressive. And yeah, everyone gets their respective team leader, and of course Kakashi comes late. When he arrives, he takes them to the roof, and they all give their little speech about, well, what their likes, their dislikes, and the goals. And Naruto's like, my likes are ramen and hanging out with my friends and living with Tsuki, while my the Sakura's stunned. Same as Sasuke, and Kakashi really already knew about this because he did visit Naruto's home. It's much cleaner here because Naruto isn't the goofy person. It's kind of messy because it's not really messy. Tsuki likes keeping things tidy, but since she is the goofy type, she kind of has some mess. But of course, it is what it is. And just saying, Naruto had to move out to a different apartment, not the same one, because I'm joking. I'm not going to give them 2 rooms, 1 room, because you already know. Anyway, the ship is happening. So, of course, Naruto then is that my dislikes are people who doubt me, and my goal is to become Hokage so everyone can trust me, and they don't hate me anymore as much as they used to. And just saying, Kakashi was really impressed by Naruto's goal, because also he did mention that he wants to stop the cycle of hatred, and Kakashi knows about the cycle of hatred, and he's like, a kid his age should not know about this, but I guess after what he's went through, it's pretty obvious that he would know. And then he explains that tomorrow there will be an exam, and that they should not eat, which Naruto already knew it was a lie, and he's lying. I don't know why, but I'm not gonna tell the others. They should know he's lying, and ninjas should know that he should eat, and ninjas should eat before actually going to a mission or a test, or a war. A ninja's never gonna go into war malnutrition. Anyway, he goes home, and he finds Suki already home, and he's like, of course, my teacher did come in like 3 hours late. And Tsuki's like, what took you so long? And he explains everything, and Tsuki's like, wow, He's really trying to trick you guys. And Naruto's like, yeah. Anyway, want to start training? And Tsuki's like, yeah, sure. And they start training. Naruto actually is finally making a breakthrough and getting some good progress in his flying Raijin technique. And just saying, the Tentos knows about this technique because Minato was able to teleport him away with this technique, and is that this kid, if he learns this, I'm gonna be really impressed. And yeah, so he's actually able to do this, and well, just a bit. He's able to do it once, but then he runs out of chakra. But the Tentos gives him the Tentos sneaks some chakra into his reserves and allows him to do it one more time. And Tsuki was really jealous. She's like, I'll catch up to you, Naruto. I'll be able to beat you one day. Because Naruto is currently stronger than Tsuki. Anyway, the next day arrives, and Tsuki is already out. Tsuki is already up, not out. Up. And her mission's at 7, but he had to meet up with his team at 7. He ate quite a bit, and he's like, alright, Tsuki, I left you enough to eat, have breakfast. I'll go do groceries later anyway. See ya. And he left a note saying that he'll be going out to his test, and Tsuki woke up to it, and Naruto was still waiting now. He's stuffed, just saying. And yeah, a few hours pass, and by this time Naruto digested. He wasn't hungry, he was perfectly fine. It was like when the other two came at 7, he was on that mode. And they knew he ate, and they were kinda jealous because they're hungry. But they follow the rules. You know, ninjas are meant to follow the rules according to them. Anyways, Kakashi arrives and he sees that Naruto is not hungry and he's perfectly fine. And he's like, I guess he just saw through me. Anyway, so the bell test is explained, and Sakura points out that there's only 2 of them. And then Kakashi explains that only 2 of them will be passing and 1 of them will be returning to the academy. And Naruto knew that that's a lie as well, because he can sense Kakashi's attitude towards it and the feelings, because those are feelings of lies. And yeah, he's there must be a catch to this. And he once Kakashi begins the test, Naruto does a few shadow clones, and he attacks with the original, and Kakashi just kicks him away. And Naruto was just trying to find an opening so he can actually go hide, so Kakashi wouldn't know that these were shadow clones. And what happened is that when Naruto actually went behind the bush, he actually did a white smoke bomb, so it looked like that was just a clone. So anyways, and Kakashi is impressed by Naruto knowing actual shadow clones, not just clones, not illusions, but literally shadow clones that are solid. Anyways, that's 1 plus. And Naruto was thinking over while trying to find his teammates, because he doesn't know if he could beat Kakashi on his own. Just saying, he doesn't know that but this time he does know that he has the 10 toes. He did meet a few times, while he was sleeping, and he just came into his mind, and he's like, he really didn't care, because he just explained why he was hated, but he wasn't really pissed off that anyone hid it. I mean, if he knew as a kid, he'd be broken. And just saying, he found out when he was like 11, 12. Anyways, Naruto finds Sakura, and Sakura's like, ew, what are you doing next to me? And he's like, come with me, and holds her by the collar, and basically body flickers towards Sasuke, and he's like, alright, I found out what this exam is all about. He's lying to us. This exam's about teamwork. It doesn't even matter if we don't get the bells. As long as we can work as a team, it's fine. And Sakura's like, me working in a team with you? Never. And Sasuke's like, alright then. If it is what you're saying is, give me your plan, and I'll see if I will follow it. And Naruto's like, my plan will work. You guys just have to listen. If you don't listen, it'll never work. And Sasuke's like, okay then, let's hear it. And Sakura's like, Sasuke, why are you listening to him? And Sasuke's like, shut up, what are you gonna do then, huh? And Sakura just shut up then. She's like, okay. Damn Naruto. All is annoying. Damn demon. And Naruto explains a plan that he's going to be a diversion, and he's going to give an opening to Sasuke to come in with a fireball jutsu, because Naruto expects an Uchiha to know it, and he's like, "Do you know the fireball jutsu?" And Sasuke's like, "Yeah." Sasuke's like, "Yeah." And Naruto's like, "Okay, I'll give you I'll make an opening for you so you can use the fireball jutsu." And just saying, Naruto's taijutsu is already Jonin level because of his intense training, and because he's kind of a prodigy, and he kind of had the resources to be good at taijutsu, because that's all he needed is training on his own. While ninjutsu, you need a teacher and everything, you know. So that's why he's more right now. He's like taijutsu is his best ability until he masters the Flying Rajin and the Rasengan and a few other techniques. Right now, he knows the Lightning Stream, the Fireball Jutsu as well, the Great Fireball Jutsu. I'm joking, he doesn't know that. Because he only knows about three chakra natures that he knows: water, wind, and lightning. He knows the Lightning Stream, the Water Dragon Jutsu, the Water Shockwave, the Wind Gale Palm, the Wind Hurricane, the Wind Tornado, the Typhoon. And anyways, uh, he goes in, and basically what he tells Sakura that she should still try to get the bells and throw one to each one of them, so he doesn't think that you're selfish and he'll let you pass in case we actually need to get the bells. But I'm pretty sure most of this exam is about teamwork, so let's do this. And Sakura basically was given a plan that she has to go to the other side of the forest as fast as possible while they're trying to fight Kakashi, and as soon as she sees an opening, she should run to the bells, and him and Sasuke will try to hold him back while she takes the bells. And she's like, okay, only if Sasuke agrees, and Sasuke is like, yeah, sure, okay, it's a pretty good plan. I mean, I don't think I'll get anything better than that, and I don't think you have anything better than that either. And she's like, okay, and she starts running away to the other side of the forest, and she's making quite a bit of noise. But then Naruto appears from the same side of Sakura. Yes, there was a clone with, well, a clone with Sakura. There were two clones with Sakura, in fact, because Naruto was gonna give an opening to Sakura. Well, in case Kakashi saw her coming, Naruto's clone would come in. And just saying, one of Naruto's came in and started screaming, and basically did the Shadow Clone Jutsu multiple times, the multi-Shadow Clone Jutsu, and the real Naruto came in as well, and started fighting, and all the Shadow Clones got kind of annihilated, except for the original, which actually got a good kick into the, Kakashi, but Kakashi was able to tank the kick, but it was more than enough. Well, Kakashi was actually getting blown back a bit, and this is when Sasuke saw the opening and said faster fireball jutsu from the trees, and Kakashi had to use a substitution, and he is on the tree line, on the tree line of the forest, right when the original Naruto came out, where the original Naruto came out from, and Sasuke actually appears behind him. Sasuke actually ran real fast to get behind him, and Kakashi really is a wolf, and he's dodging everything, and then Naruto comes in with a roundhouse kick, well, yeah, and to the face, and Kakashi kind of gets blown back, and Naruto's like, Sasuke, jump up in the air and do a few fireball jutsus, and Sasuke's like, okay, and he does a few, and then Naruto's like, water style, water shockwave, he stumps his foot on the ground, he doesn't even need to do hand seals, and basically a massive water shockwave, a real strong one, actually carried Kakashi away to the side where Sakura was going to come in, and Naruto's like, well, Sakura wasn't there yet, and Naruto's like, god damn it, I've got to stop him for a bit longer, and he's like, lightning style, lightning stream, which Sasuke was kept on doing fireball jutsus, and Naruto's like, Sasuke, here, and basically Naruto actually threw, well, a log of wood he actually got before doing this, so he threw on the ground so Sasuke could stand on it, while the electricity was kind of annihilating, well, paralyzing Kakashi. Kakashi really wasn't expecting this move, and then this is when Sakura decided to snatch the bells off, cutting the string off, and basically running away, and Sasuke and Naruto let go of the lightning stream. Well, he stopped using it, and Sakura threw both the bells at them, and Naruto's like, "So Kakashi Sensei, I'm pretty sure we all passed. We did it before the time ended, and we all worked together." And Kakashi's like, "You see me, you saw right through me, didn't you? I was lying about everything, right?" And Naruto's like, "It was pretty easy." And Kakashi laughs it off and says, "Well done, Team 7. You're now officially a Genin team." And Naruto and the others were pretty gassed. Naruto was gassed on his own. Sakura was like, "Yes, Sasuke-kun, we did it." And Sasuke was like, "Yeah, sure, whatever." And they all got lunch, and Naruto's like, "Yeah, I'm good. I'm gonna go out with a friend anyway. Bye." And he gives it to Kakashi, and Kakashi's like, "Rubbish," with that girl that he lives with. And Naruto actually meets up with Suki because he on the note that he left on the table, he said, "Do you want to have lunch with me? I'll finish before 12, before 1, I mean." And Naruto was really confident about it, and he did, and he arrived right on time, and they went to Ichiraku Ramen. Naruto wasn't sweating at all anything, so they would go to Ichiraku Ramen, they have their thing, and the next day arrives. Just saying, they do train. Naruto's making big progress in the Flying Raijin. Same as Tsuki. Tsuki has stopped on every other jutsu just to master this one because she's been doing too many at the same time, and she's getting really close to mastering this one as well. Naruto is like a week more of training away, and Tsuki is maybe like a week and a half more, and yeah, so no, I mean a month more for Tsuki. So the next day, Naruto gets his first ever D rank mission. Same as Tsuki, and yeah, Naruto has to find the cat. Naruto can actually sense the cat because it's a ninja cat, and he's able to find it immediately and finish the mission. The third Hokage is like, "Yeah, you guys are off for today since there aren't many missions left, and I have to give them to different teams anyways. Have the day off." And Kakashi was like, "Oh yeah, sure, thanks." And he goes off. Sasuke's like, "I gotta go back to training," and Sakura follows him, and Naruto's like, "Is Tsuki done? Whatever, I'll wait for her at home." And he won't train, he will actually just take a rest. And he went home, he had a shower, and he went to, well, he was on the bed lying down. There was no phone, so there's nothing to do. He was on the I was about to say on the phone after saying there are no phones. On the bed lying down, and he just falls asleep. Then he wakes up 4 hours later when Tsuki actually returned. Tsuki's mission wasn't as easy, even though she could see further, even with Hinata using her Byakugan, and Tsuki and Shino actually having a bit of chemistry because they do train together as well. Even Shikamaru and Choji and Ino. Hinata will join the group soon, but it is what it is. And it's just that the cat they got was real fast, and he knew way too many alleyways while they didn't, and in the end he kept running away, and they got in her 4 hours after Naruto. Anyway, she's back home, and she sees Naruto sleeping, and she's like, Naruto, wake up, did you eat yet?" And anyways, that's where I'm going to end it off, because I have been explaining quite a bit. It's 1:40 a.m. and I want to edit this. I want to make a thumbnail and maybe upload it tonight. Like, it'll take an hour if I'm gonna upload it straight away. Anyways, it's for you guys, so I'll do it even though I'm kind of sleepy, but it's summer holidays. I'll be able to sleep tomorrow, Saturday. There's nothing to do anyways. Hope you all enjoyed it. Please take care, stay safe. This was the King of Weebs here. Please subscribe to Ratreet and Miniman123 on YouTube. Also follow Shokiro, the artist, an amazing artist who made my profile picture on YouTube. Follow him on Twitter. Instagram. I'm butchering everything. And also follow me on Twitter and Instagram. And hope you all enjoyed it. All links in the description below, and let's try to get 200 members on the Discord server as well. Link in the description below. And let's see if you guys can help me get 100 followers on Instagram. Anyways, hope you all enjoyed it. Please take care, stay safe, and hope you have an amazing, fantastic, fabulous, marvelous night, morning, afternoon, whatever time zone you're